back again. And why is it important? Why is it paramount that we reconsider the way our teaching is done, the way we do our teaching? Why is it paramount that we reconsider that? It is very important, as I mentioned, because the old days are no longer here. The world has changed. There are massive changes and disruptions, technological disruption, that is actually affecting each and every field. So we have to change our way if we really want our young people to become relevant. Now, um, Plutarch has a very important quote where he says, "The mind is not a vessel that needs filling, but wood that needs igniting." Our young people, the mind of our young people, these are not vessels that we should sit there and, spoon feed and, fill these heads with something that comes from us. No. If you consider the definition of educo, means to bring forth from within, to inspire something to come out of a person. That is the main thing. So the minds of our young people are not vessels that we should fill. Rather, we should find means to ignite, to spark what is already in them, because everything is already within them. And the more we can actually create that hunger in them, the more we can catalyze the process of their learning, the more we can ignite the flames that are in them, the more we will be able to enjoy our teaching, but the more we'll be able to reap the fruits of having the best students who are actually impactful, or who are going to actually impact our world positively. Another quote is from Einstein, which says, "Education is not the learning of facts, but training of mind to think." We have to train our young people to think. The old days of just cramming and cramming and cramming and reciting is no longer there. It's gone, never to come back again. We should train them. How can they think? How can they use the material that is highly available through our mobile phones, through the internet? How can they actually be able to learn? How can they combine these different concepts? How can they use these to solve problems? How can they think critically? How can they take the previous information? How can they take what is already known and think of a better way of doing things? Because that is the only way they are going to impact our communities and societies. We have many challenges and problems in our society that requires to be addressed and solved. And we can only be able to achieve that if our young people are trained to think, not just vessels that are sitting there and actually just following orders. We need them to think. When they become thinkers, then they can identify the gaps, they can identify the challenges, they can brainstorm the various solutions, and they can make things happen. A very important part of this mindset is something called control theory by Dr. Deming, which says all human beings are born with five basic needs, regardless of the age, regardless of socioeconomic background, regardless of the physicality and geography. The needs are actually ingrained in our genetic structures. So when the Creator, who is God, created us, these needs are inherently in us. The first one is survival. We all want to survive. If anything threatens our lives, we will not be closer to that thing. Love. We all enjoy to love and to be loved, and we appreciate to stay in an environment which enables us to love and to be loved. We spend a lot of time with those people who love us. If we perceive that here we are loved, here we are needed, here we are wanted, then we'll spend more time in that kind of environment. About power, we want to always feel we are in control. Every human being, whether it's a kid, whether it's an adult, we all want to feel in control. We feel that we are powerful and we can control the environment and surroundings around us. We all want to enjoy and feel fun. As you can see here, a youngster is actually showing the signs of fun, playing in the around the grass, and he's showing the signs of double-handed signs. So what do you see here? Even the young people know what fun is and want to have fun. We all want to have fun and will actually be happy in that kind of environment. Freedom. We all want freedom. If we feel that we are not free, if we feel that our freedom is threatened, if you try to coerce us, to force us to do things which makes us feel like, we are just vessels here, we are not really in charge and in control, it will be very difficult to capture our attention, and it will be very difficult for something very positive and great to come out of that kind of relationship or interaction. So as teachers, we should take these things into account. How can we create an environment which enables these basic needs of our students to be fulfilled as we work with them? Again, Dr. Deming has something that is more related to the behavior. He says that all our motivation comes from within ourselves. If we want our students to do something great, if we want them to perform better, if we want them to actually learn and become impactful citizens, we have to tap into the motivation within them. How can we spark what is already within them? They have some things already within them. They have some things inherently that they are passionate about. They have some things within them that they would want and that they need. You know, their geography, the families they come from, the challenges they face in their families. These are some of the things. How can we tap into that and connect our learning as form of a solution that can help them, alleviate them from those situations and circumstances? What we want always influence our behavior, and what our students want will always influence their behavior. And these students and even us, we always try to control our behavior so that what we do at any given time is at the best interest, is the most need fulfilling thing at that particular moment. So, how can we craft our learning process? How can we design our learning process so that it is need fulfilling for our students, not only to sell to them that dream that is far in the future, but also try to connect to what is important for them now, to what is happening in their families, in their societies, in their community, and to bring forth and to create that picture for them that enables them to see that, oh, if learning this, I can start to become part of the solution. I can actually start to enjoy the fruits of my learning. I can start to take part in solving the problems around me. It can actually give me an edge whereby in the community I am seen as someone important. How can we create the learning environment which enables our young people to feel so? And in this episode, we are going to end with the need. The need. Like if what we are asked to do also satisfies our basic needs, then a lot of work will be done. So as trainers, how can we make sure that the training, the learning process satisfies the basic needs of these students? As I've said, we should not only sell a far-fetched dream, but how can it actually solve the need that they have now? So it's not only about the reward that is in the future, but if we can evaluate that this thing that is being sold to me, this education that I'm being convinced to be a part of, this learning process that I'm supposed to be seriously engaged in, is important for me now. It can actually start influencing my life, not only in the future, but even now. That will dictate and will determine the behavior of our students. They will be more engaged, they will be more focused, they will be more in need of taking part in this process because they see this is something that is very important for them. This is something that can impact their life now. This is something that slowly but surely start giving them the skills they need, giving them the energy that they need, giving them the tools that they need to face the real world outside there. Thank you for listening, and let's connect in the next episode where we are going to think about the quality world.